What's cooking, Bianconeri? Welcome back to your old lady's favorite YouTube channel. It's not every day that you defeat the reigning UEFA Champions League world champions, I guess European champions, but Juventus did just that, defeating Chelsea 1-0 at home in Allianz Stadium, picking up three much needed, really probably weren't even hopeful points. But anyway, now it's time to rate these players. Stick with us. Let's do it now. Ciao ragazzi, welcome back. You're in the Bianconeri zone. My name is Justin Sofro, and today is a happy Wednesday, September 29, 2021, and we're doing the player rating show. We'll jump into it right in just a second. Before we do anything, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you smash that like button. The more you hit the like button, the more it really helps with our algorithm to help us continue to grow and bring you more content down the road. Hopefully content that you enjoy as well. Anyway, we appreciate it. Also hit that bell icon to stay notified for all our latest videos. Now, let's just dive into it. First player up, and it's a big one. It's a player that I have been honestly and openly harsh of through a lot of the season. But boy, did he step up big. And that was Wojciech Szczesny, the Polish keeper for Juventus, the guy who everybody's calling for his head, the guy who's calling for Padin to play for him, play over him. He had a game off. Padin played. Juventus won against Sampdoria, still 3-2, giving up 2 goals. And what did my guy do but show up big, setting a clean sheet that he hasn't had in a while against Malmo, but hasn't had in 20 games in City. But overall, he played fantastic. Showed up big, played with the cojones that I expect my guy to play with. Played looking like Buffon. Well, maybe not. Let's not go crazy. He didn't play like Buffon. He gets a 7.5 because he had a fantastic match for Juventus and helped seal the victory for the good guys over Chelsea, the reigning world champions. I keep saying world, UEFA. You know what? I'm going to say world champions because, you know what? Here in America, we do that all the time where we call the winner of our leagues world champions. We ignore that we don't have competitors from everybody else. So I'm going to let Europe do it this time. You can say world champions as well. Anyway, he gets a 7.5. Let's see, overall his performance. He had 1 save, 1 punch. He had 3 high claims, 1 save from inside the box, 3 accurate long balls, 1 clearance, and 1 aerial duel out of 1 aerial duel 1. Just a fantastic match for my guy, Wojciech Szczesny, especially given the competition he was going against. Now let's jump into our next guy, and that, of course, is going to be Danilo. Brazilian player, overall, just the defense stepped up big in a match that we really needed. From Danilo, from Bonucci, from Ligt, everybody you have it. He gets a 6.5 from me. He had 7 clearances, 1 block shot, 2 interceptions, 2 tackles, 5 ground duels, 1, 2 aerial duels, 1. What else did he have? He had 1 accurate long ball. He just had another fantastic performance. 1 criticism I could give him was during the first half. Was the first half or was it the second? It was, I can't remember off the top of my head. I apologize. But there was a moment in the game where he made a back pass back to Ligt, was not paying attention where he was, didn't pay to his man, and I had flashbacks of Bianconeri against Porto all over again. Lukaku was right there in that final third, ready to get it. Fortunately, Lukaku was a step too slow, and Ligt was able to collect the ball, save what could have been an easy goal for Lukaku, especially a striker of Lukaku's caliber. Luckily, all's well that ends well. I'm not writing to you about a draw that we had suffered because of something like that. Overall, though, Danilo had some big moments, especially at the end there, to shut down Lukaku, to shut down some other attackers, shut down opportunities there. So he gets a 6.5. Really pleased with the performance of the defense today. And that continues on with my guy, Leonardo Bonucci. He gets a 7.5. Leonardo Bonucci played out of his mind. I love what I saw from Bonucci today. He was Chiellini-esque. He was that good for Juventus, and he was really exciting to watch. I will give him kind of a little slack for that moment. It was so funny, though, when he got on that run out on his own. I think he was waiting and he expected Chiesa and whoever else, Locatelli, somebody else to join him in the attack, and it was just him by himself. And he got to that final bit, and he looks like what I said, just reminds me of myself anytime that I'm playing basketball. And for some reason, the chubby kid, slow, chubby, short kid is out there, and he finally gets on a run out, and then he has to go try to finish on a layup by himself when he's just not that technically gifted, and he looked a little bit lost and confused. It didn't happen, but luckily Juventus was already up and winning, a lot thanks to his performance anyway, but just thought it was a funny moment overall. He had 3 clearances, 3 blocked shots, 4 interceptions, 1 aerial duel, 1, only lost possession 5 times, 3 accurate long balls, And yeah, he just had a good performance overall. Really excited about what I saw from Bonucci. Looked like, the one thing I will say, Chiellini and Bonucci, when they play against London, when they play against English teams, they shut them down, and that's what they did today. Next up is my guy, Matthias de Ligt. And I gave him a 7 as well. Another good performance. It was just Bonucci overall, to me, stood out. And it's always good when you have a guy like Bonucci actually step up instead of hearing the negative stuff that you get a lot of the time. De Ligt, I gave him a 7 overall. 4 clearances, 1 block shot, 2 tackles, 2 ground duels, 1, 2 aerial duels, 1. Had a little bit more possessions lost than, say, Bonucci had 14 compared to the 5 from Bonucci. But he had a good performance overall. 2 accurate long balls as well. Really excited what I saw from him. Was glad that he got the start too, because I was expecting. Well, I was a little bit surprised. I thought Chiellini and Bonucci were going to get the start together, or at least Chiellini and de Ligt were going to get the start. But I'm happy that he got the start as well, being utilized like he should. Make the player happy. He's the future of Juventus, and hopefully he's not going to go anywhere in the future. Especially with what Raiola is saying, I'd worry about that a little bit. Let's make sure he's happy and he's attended to properly in these moments. Then we have Sandro, who, if I can get him pulled up real quick, and I apologize, I gave him a 6 as well. Another really good performance. He was probably the least good of our defense, but still a really good defense overall. I gave him a 6. He had 1 clearance, 1 interception, 5 tackles, 8 ground duels, 1. He did lose possession 17 times, and he had 3 accurate long balls. So, but overall, a good performance by Sandro. Maybe not that 2017 Sandro exactly that we've had the last few games, but I was really proud from what I saw from him today. Now let's move to the midfield. Midfield can get a little bit more dicey. Binter got a 6. I think overall, honestly, I wouldn't have gone too much lower. There are a couple of defensive plays that Binter had that he really impressed me, I'll say, overall. He had 1 accurate long ball. He had 3 ground duels, 1. He lost possession 9 times, so not too bad. 1 offside, 1 clearance, 1 block shot, 3 tackles. Overall, it was Locatelli and the mess that he has to deal with Bentancur and Rabiot. But overall, Bentancur, he had moments that I was like, pull him now. But then at the end of, before he was pulled, he ended up having a couple moments that I felt like were all right and I could deal with. It didn't lose us the game, at least. We'll just say that. So he gets a 6. Manuel Locatelli is my next guy. He's at 6.5. Had a great performance starting out in the first half. In the second half, he was a little bit iffy. Wasn't the player that I expect Locatelli to be in the second half, but still much better than the rest of his, his group mates, at least, if you will. He had, let's see, what did he have here? He had 6 ground duels, 1 aerial duel, 1. Only lost possession 5 times, which is good. It's something I need to be seeing from the midfield. 2 clearances, 1 block shot, 4 interceptions, 4 tackles. A lot of good defensive performance here from Manuel Locatelli. Again, like I said, the second half, not as good as the first, but I was happy with what I got from him. But then we go to probably what I would say is probably the worst player of the match, and that's Rabiot. I gave him a 5.5, was not impressed with his performance. I feel like a lot of slack had to be picked up because of him. Just a lot of the things he was doing. He gets on a run out, doesn't know what to do, doesn't know how to take a shot, doesn't know how to do anything when it comes to that. Overall, he had 1 shot off target. Let's see what else he had. 1 accurate long ball. He had 1 ground duel, 1. Lost possession 9 times, so it could be worse. He had 2 clearances and 3 interceptions. Again, Rabiot was just not up to the Rabiot of old. Or when I say Rabiot of old, I mean the Rabiot we get that's hopefully near the end of the season compared to the one at this point in the season. Hopefully he will continue to grow and get better. Then we got our boy Juan Cuadrado. Another one that I wouldn't say had a great game overall, but he was solid. I gave him a 6 overall rating. He had 1 key pass. He had 1 big chance that he created. 1 accurate long ball. 4 ground duels, 1. Lost possession 10 times, so not too bad. Not, when especially working in a 4-3-3, more in an attacking role, you could have lost way more than that. 1 clearance and 1 tackle as well. Kind of quiet little work that he was doing, but he did enough to help move that ball around, especially when it needed to be. Then we have our guy, Federico Bernardeschi, who actually rated better than Juan Cuadrado, which how often does that ever happen? Bernardeschi did a 6.5 for his performance today. Goods and bad. Rivers and valleys, peaks and valleys, whatever you want to say. Overall, rivers and valleys, peaks and valleys. some positive, some negative. Overall, though, it was mostly a positive day. Again, I know when I rate Bernadeschi, it's not the same that I would rate some of our top players. I gave him a 6.5 because he's a fairly good performance. 6.5 for other guys looks a lot better than maybe this looks like for Bernadeschi. But he was key in setting up the victory for Juventus, setting up that goal. He gave the assist to Chiesa to put us up 1-0 right after halftime. A splendid performance by Federico Bernadeschi, but then there was a part where literally, I don't know what he did, that missed shot, that was just, he just skied it for no reason. Don't understand what happened there. Otherwise, Juventus easily should have won 2-0 at least, and then would have been more, a little less tight sphincters there at the end of the game, if you will. He had 1 assist, 1 shot off target, 1 shot blocked. He had, 1 big chance missed. He had 2 key passes, 2 accurate long balls, 1 ground duel, 1 aerial duel. So overall, solid performance from Bernadeschi. Could be better, but it's Bernadeschi. It could be worse, if we're being honest. Excuse me. And then the man of the match. I mean, if you're going to go man of the match, you got to go somewhere between him and then the defensive guys, Bonucci, Chesney, if you will. But Federico Chiesa gets the man of the match. He's a 7.5 overall rating. It's fantastic performance. I love what you get from Chiesa. The hype, when I say hype, I guess what I mean to say is just the amount of energy he brings out there. He's a bulldog. He's always attacking, always going after balls, literally running. If I had just a tenth of the amount of energy that this man has, the amount of what's the word I'm looking for? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm trying to get out here? What's the word I'm trying to work with? The amount of just running, just pure running, all that he really brings to the table. Really, I'd be in way better shape is what I'm trying to get at. Anyway, he had 1 goal, 1 shot on target, 1 shot off target, 2 successful dribbles, 1 accurate long ball, 7 ground duels, 1. Only lost possession 4 times, and that's how good he was. 4 times in an attacking position, and you only lose the ball 4 times. It's fantastic. You had a great game, sir. He was offsides twice, but these things happen. But overall, great performance by Federico Chiesa. That was your starting lineup. Now we'll get into some of the not-so-starting guys, or not substitutes, what am I saying? The first one is Dejan Kulusevski, and this is not going to be a negative video, guys. I know. Kulusevski, you can get on with. I know a lot of people are frustrated with him because you expected so much more from him. He came from Parma and had a great season in 2019-2020, and then you get whatever this is that he's been doing so far. It's a bit disappointing, but anyway, it is what it is. Kulusevski, I gave a 5.5. He didn't play that much. He only played 24 total minutes. But he had 1 key pass, 1 ground duel, 1 aerial duel, 1, and 1 tackle. So not a lot going on there for Kulusevski, but at least, he didn't do anything to really ruin the game. I just would like to see a little bit more from him in the future. Moise Kean gets similar, but Moise Kean played a bit less. He only played for 13 minutes overall, so it's really, not much he could do. I'd like to see more of Moise Kean. I thought he would start from the beginning. That was kind of a shock. I honestly thought it'd be Kean and Kulusevski that'd be starting. Our boy, my guy, Max Allegri, switched it all up on us. We'll get into that in just a second. He had 1 shot blocked, which I like that he was at least taking shots in the small amount of time he had. 1 aerial duel, 1, and overall just a decent performance from Moise Kean in the short amount of time that he was playing. Then we can go into McKennie. I also gave him a 5.5 rating. He came out there and he made sure that his team really stuck it to Chelsea, similar to the way he stuck it to Pulitz's sister. Anyway, move on. He had not a lot really. He had 1 aerial duel, 1 clearance. Overall, brought a little bit of hustle, but again, limited minutes, 13 minutes. What else can he really do in that amount of time? But who did make it good on his time was my guy, Giorgio Chiellini. Came in, played the least amount of time, 7 minutes, but he came out there and put on a defensive clinic in 7 minutes. He had 2 clearances. He had 1 aerial duel, 1. He was stopping guys left and right. He just was fantastic. He was the guy that I expected, honestly, to play most of the game because of going up against guys like Lukaku. But I was really excited with what I saw from Chiellini today. Good performance, 6.5. Even in 7 minutes, you did what I wanted you to do. And then finally, to the coach goes the best overall rating, an 8 to my guy, Max Allegri. Fantastic performance as a coach. This is why Juventus hired Max Allegri. This is what you pay him to do. He put on a clinic today. He outcoached Tuchel. I don't like to use this term a lot, but it was indeed a masterclass by Max Allegri. It was fantastic. It was what I wanted when we bring in Max Allegri. And like I said, are you guys over the? I know a few years ago we would have complained about this, but I'm over it. Are you guys over the winning 1-0? Does this feel less exciting than winning 2-3-0 whatever? Because I feel excited. You beat the European champions. They come in there. You're in a way, way worse position. Losing Dybala, losing Morata, unhealthy, don't have a lot of attack going in there. They don't have Pulisic and another guy or so. But overall, Juventus was in a worse condition. It was a literally clean to life. Try to do something with this. And what did they do? He made the most. He literally made chicken salad out of chicken bleep. And here we are sitting with a win, 3 points, and looking good in Champions League. Hopefully that this will continue on, and hopefully he can build off of this going forward in Serie A. Win against Torino. What I will say, though, we're kind of surprised. We were all surprised if you're at the channel. We were all surprised by this because he's been going with a 4-4-2 all season. You're adjusting from what Pirlo had done, and you lose more players, so you have less guys to play in, so you're going to actually switch it up, and he did. He switched to a 4-3-3, and Juventus really, really looked good. They looked comfortable in what they were playing in. They looked like they knew what they were doing. They felt more confident, a little bit more energized. I hope that he continues playing a 4-3-3, and hopefully he can work through this. I know a lot of guys we're kind of hoping that he do the King, Kulusevski, whatever have you. But honestly, I'd be happy with this moving forward, using even Bernardeschi in the situation. If it works, it works. So let's see how it works going forward. My guy gets an 8 overall. Really happy with his performance as a coach. And this is what you pay him for. He wins the games that matters, and I need him to continue to do that. Win the games that don't matter too, though, so that way we can, well, they all matter at this point because of the Serie A standings and where we are, but hopefully he can get on to winning all the matches, and we'll be good going forward. Anyway, that'll do it for today's player ratings, the latest ratings that we have when it comes to Juventus, given their performance. Really happy overall with the way this panned out, and hopefully we can continue on and build off of this going into the future. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on my comments in the comment section, or my comments. Let me know your thoughts on my player ratings in the comment section down below. I'm sure you will. Any that you disagree with, anything you think I should rate higher, anybody you think I should rate lower, let me know in the comment section down below as well. Make sure you also follow Bianconeri Zone at Bianconeri Zone on Twitter and Instagram. Follow me at Justin Sofro on Twitter. It's over here. And then also follow me, or follow my boy Julian Genotti at Genotti151 as well. Forza Juve, Forza Bianconeri.